All right, then this video is for question 2 for brown onions. Read these sentences from the story. One Friday, she couldn't stand it anymore. When the first notes of green onions sounded and her dad pulled a sack of onions out of the pantry, Erica stood her ground. Dad, quit it. These details help the reader infer that. Something really with questions like this is that you need to focus on what's being given to you in that little excerpt, because these answer choices will be related to things that happened in other parts of the story. Confuse you. So it's really important to just go into these sentences and pick out key ideas that you want to match to these answer choices. So before we do that, let's look at the answer choices. F, Erica doesn't like the song that her dad sings. G, Erica's dad is about to caramelize more onions. H, Erica is upset her dad continues to caramelize onions. And J, Erica the onions her dad caramelizes. The first one that I'm going to take away is J, because this was established earlier in the story. And if I was just given this, I wouldn't know that Erica was disgusted, right? That was established much earlier on in the story, where she's describing everything that she doesn't like about green onions. So, sorry, caramelized onions. So I'm getting rid of that one because that's not really her emotion there. She's not disgusted at this point. She's already discussed her disgust earlier in the story. So Erica doesn't like the song that her dad sings. We would probably beat this one because we have the first notes of green onions sounded, but we have no clues here as to how Erica feels about the song. We know that when she says quit it, she's not talking about the song because, well, she's talking about the onions is what the song represents. So this isn't about the song. Erica's dad is about to caramelize more onions. Okay, yes, we have the clue, the song is starting, but look at this next one. Erica is upset her dad continues to caramelize onions. So this is what's really important. So when we look at all the answer choices, it's sort of like, okay, yeah, we know these things. She doesn't like the onions. Her dad is going to do it. But what's really important about this piece of the story is that she's upset that it's happening. When we look at the text more closely, we find all of those clues. She can't stand it anymore. She's upset. She can't stand it anymore. Erica stood her ground. This is what we do when we had enough. We're going to stand our ground. We're going to let somebody know how we feel. And then finally, quit it. 3 pieces of evidence that Erica is upset about her dad continuing to caramelize onions. So this one best matches that piece. It's the big inference that we take. Here was, of course, that skill of making an inference, but it's recognizing the conflict. So where it says skill on this one for number 2, that skill is conflict, because that's really, this is a big piece of our story arc where she's getting close to making that turning point. This is one of those big building block pieces where she's finally like, you know what? I'm tired of just sitting back and letting my dad caramelize these onions. I'm going to say something. She couldn't stand it anymore. She said, quit it. She's upset that her dad continues to do this.